up, folks? We're live.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Dustin Garman here with another episode of Tell Us About Yourself with my co host, Throw Chairs.
Oh,
I
no,
said,
I've just recovered from the last year.
I said, throw chairs. Anyway, our special guest today is none other than Chuggy and Pride, as we may say. Dom, don't let me butcher it. Bookter,
Booked
Bookter.
her. Booked her.
All right. And Robert Downey. I have a habit of doing that, so I just want to make sure. Before we begin, I was gonna do my little daily announcements. As always, we want to remember Bob Dunn and his recovery. Also, I seen a post this morning and I hit him up just to check on him. But also remember Joshua Bryan, aka Mr. Giggles. Last night, I reckon he was short of breath and think he was like sick, but he went to the ER and stuff. But as of right now, he's in good spirits. Also, I told Bombaba I would mention this, but sign-ups for the online league hosted by Chris Bajillo. Hit him up if you want in. And I was also gonna congratulate my co-host on his baby girl.
Thank you very much for that. But the show's not about us. The show is about Chuggy tonight and Pride. How are you both doing?
How's it going, boys?
I'm doing good.
Can't complain.
So I seen some interesting posts the other day from y'all's little locals y'all had. Um, y'all had quite of a group. Also I seen Hold the Line Harry. How'd that turnout go?
Oh, yeah. Came down. We had a nice little get together. We did our usual Florida shtick. Everyone that comes down seems to want to steal my format, so Harry enjoyed it.
Oh yeah.
Got invaded.
It's okay. Our pride came out on top.
Yep.
Ooh,
5-1 that night.
you sent him back to Atlanta packing. I'm glad y'all had a blast. It looked like so much fun. I told Bob Dunn a long time ago, I always wanted to take a little trip down there when I can. Are y'all located? Is it Kissimmee, Florida?
Yeah,
Yep.
we're just outside of it.
Okay, that's what I kind of remember. It's been forever now. I remember having you on our show of season one. Would this be your second time?
This is my second time. It's been a while since I've been on here. I was
A lot
on
of
like the
things happened
first
since.
three, I think.
And that was our first season, and that's when it's a cuss word now. But when COVID hit and stuff, but I'm just glad
Nightmare,
everything's
nightmare.
back to sort of normal, and we're able to have these in person games and stuff like that. What are some things are y'all looking forward to in this year?
Grand Gathering, definitely. We've got that marked on our calendars, and we are doing everything we can for it.
Yeah. We've got you, me, and Kylan, I believe, is the three of us
Nice.
going.
Nice.
Should be a fun little time. Aside from that, hopefully Dragon Con again this year, maybe Southern Pride, as long as we can get the time.
And Dragon Con, is that Atlanta?
Yep,
Or
they're
am I
both.
mistaken?
They're
Okay.
both Atlanta.
I've been aiming. I'd like to go down there as well. I didn't realize how close it actually was.
It's about an 8-hour drive for us, but it's all one way.
So moving forward, what is? Do you have any goals? SRG wise, going forward into the year, or you kind
Uh,
of sitting
I'm
back?
trying to win that trios title at Grand Gathering.
Right.
I hear that.
Last yesterday, right? Or
Like 4 days ago.
that was the Friday event. There.
Yeah.
I know. Friday's trios event. You earned the next trios title shot at Grand Gathering with your own competitor.
Mhm.
Warlords of the Sea.
And you did it without finisher.
Yeah.
Wow.
Even more impressive.
Yeah, I like my build. Honestly, the only thing I would put in is the Goku no shotgun. That's the only change I would make at this point. And the Gara no, the Shin Gara.
That's the one that's trio specific, right?
Yeah.
It gets above 10.
Yeah, I would keep down the hatch though, because I don't need 16 hand size because I only run director.
I mean, it doesn't hurt.
It doesn't hurt. Doesn't help a lot. Not with my deck plan.
Okay, so Chuggy, going back because I don't remember everything from the first interview because I didn't get a chance to watch it before. But where did the name Chuggy come
Originally in the CCC, I entered as Juggonomics because it was a whole Juggalo like Fago gimmick.
from? Okay.
Chuggy came about actually from Reverend. He enticed me to go that route.
Instead of putting an association with a
With
group,
the
now you are
with
your
the
own individual.
yeah, now I'm my own thing.
Makes sense. And that was because you also like to chug a bunch of soda, right? Or that was stuff that you used to do. You used to have
I mean, I
do it
still
as
can
fun.
do it, but I've cut back on it because of stomach problems.
Definitely good that you're cutting back. Chugging soda is not good.
No.
I will say this, judging from our first episode we had with you, and we were talking about your competitor because I think it just came out not long after
Yeah.
we had that episode, and I still had never got to play you as your character, and I've always wanted to because I'd like to see how that gimmick really. I like to see how that gimmick works.
It's a lot of chaos. I'm still learning the deck build, if I'm being entirely honest. It's hard.
It seems to me like you could have so many different scenarios, though. I mean, basically the gimmick is pretty simple. The reveal the hand, or
Yeah. Reveal the top of the deck.
I
Yeah.
guess. I mean, build wise, it's kind of. I guess it could be tricky because it's not a buried gimmick. It's not a search. Your discard pile gimmick. I guess you can run it just about maybe like a mixture.
Yeah, it's trying to find its identity. Right now, I have it built as a 8 stop deck that's like heavy on stat boost, and then it runs crowd meter boosting.
Mhm.
Just trying because all the finishes are kill shots on 2. So if I can sneak it into 2, whatever finish it's first usually answers the game.
And
In
then
practice, it's a little rough.
Then, if I'm not mistaken, going back, Pride you've came out, right?
I have not been
Or-
on here before now.
No, I mean a competitor.
Your competitor.
Oh yeah, my competitor's out.
Um, which I'm just getting back into the fold. I'm not really familiar with it a whole lot, but I think it came out while I was gone.
It
Um,
came out
and,
like this last October. Very
okay.
Yeah, I believe so.
the nice black and white with the gimmick for spotlight.
Yep. Very underutilized type of cards.
Okay, so it came out right when I was coming back. Sorry about that.
Oh no,
And
you're good.
now, did you come up like gimmick wise and stuff like that all on your own, or was it kind of because I'm looking at it here, and to me, it's really interesting. I like it.
It went through a lot of different phases of what I wanted.
Pride had like 7 gimmicks that Florida was testing.
Yeah, it was probably almost a year of me finding out what I wanted before I got on that.
Ultimately, I think we saw that Robert liked playing Dick Thunderlips, but Dick
Yeah.
Thunderlips had glaring inconsistencies with how he wanted to play his play style. So he wanted to take the spotlight cards and make them better.
Yeah.
Essentially. By turning them all into draw 2, discard 1.
And to work with that gimmick too. I mean, I'm seeing a whole lot more spotlight cards now, so I can't imagine how many times
yeah.
that gimmick will hit now.
Pride is one of the most consistent of the Paradise competitors. For now.
On to some of the other work that you do in the community. You are all involved with Super Show srgpc.net. You were the minds behind it with a few others, correct?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
primarily me, Kai, and Aaron.
Yeah.
Robert, we bounce ideas off of, but Robert's
I am not tech savvy at all. I am not the type of person to be asking questions about a computer for.
Touche.
But I know the answer already because I was there when it happened. But what was the reasoning for making the SRG?
At the time, Powerbomb Online had been down for about 6 months. And when Powerbomb Online was up, that site was a piece of crap. Our goal was like, okay, Powerbomb Online is done. It's never coming back. The Super Show site, it's not bad, but it's not what the players needed. So we saw the need and just tried to fill it, and we're still trying to fill it. We don't always have the most up to date, like we need to get the rulings on there right away. It's like we got to set time aside to do updates. But we wanted a place for the players to, okay, there's a problem with these cards. Instead of blowing up a bunch of GMs and trying to get, a million different answers, and they just Google their competitor, they go on SRGPC, they find their competitor, and that's the rule.
Oh, believe me, they still blow us up.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep up to date, but simple rules need simple answers sometimes.
But it is more than just that. It also has almost every single card in the game updated. You guys update that pretty regularly, and you even keep track of the champion and who was a champion beforehand.
That was another glaring thing that we saw. Like, it's hard to find a random Facebook post from Horse that keeps getting updated, once a month, but it's buried in a million other posts. We're still trying to make additions.
Because I know you have a couple of people that do deck of the week, different newsworthy announcements or blog posts as you have it on there.
Yeah.
You guys do a lot for the community just by keeping records of everything. Because especially with the community being a Facebook discussion group primarily, you lose a lot of stuff
in the chaos of social media. Yeah. And that's another thing. We wanted a place where people can congregate to a degree. We have our Discord as well. It's not used as much, but it's not a bad way to also keep in touch with people, you know?
Also, we have the link right here for if you would like to donate and show support for the SRGPC, you can get them a coffee. Ko-fi.com/SRGPC. That
Yeah.
way they can get a little bit of love.
Every bit goes back to the site because site's a little costly, but we deal with it.
And you guys are doing this out of the charity of your hearts because you're technically not associated with the company at all.
Correct. I've had many talks with Griff about that. We are purely donation based. We do not profit off of anything. It is purely a non-profit sort of we're here for the community thing.
Now, to get into more little fun stories, I know this question was asked in the past, but how did the concept of paradise and it being a theme park run by a crazy juggernaut, how did all of that storyline
Ooh, that one's going back. um, well, the origin of like the Chuggy backstory, quote unquote, is he used to run with this like clown wrestling circuit and Freak Show bought them out essentially. So Chuggy was like, screw this, I'm going to start my own thing. And it just culminated into like the first person that joined up on this team was Ito, and he was everybody. And it was like, okay, this is actually narratively cool. You have this crazed TV show character, like a children's cartoon character, and Chuggy would just like, oh, I bought the IP for pennies. Let's milk it for all it's worth. And it's just a rundown theme park, a la ICP and their decrepit Carnival of Carnage.
and I mean it's been the backdrop of a lot of different promos that I remember you doing in the past of Edo not paying rent,
Yeah,
trying to find ways of keeping your carnival going, your your theme park going.
yeah.
How has the concept of it evolved since the start? What
Um,
other attractions have been added to Paradise?
recently, I mean, not many recently. We have, told Ito to go do his own thing, so we sort of lost that IP to a degree. We have gained like Muscle Land from Pride. It's just we've gained the glorious Cardboard Kingdom. Uh, we also have the arcade for Aaron. He manages that, and we also have like the rockin' world of James Hand. He hasn't been around much, but that's what that little camera on our Paradise logo is.
I'm literally pitching like I'm picturing Kylan having his own little stand, making like little box
Yeah.
animals out of it.
I thought that was also just the front so that he can have his secret cardboard.
Pretty much. Because the storyline with that is Chuggy and Cardboard Villain are definitely rivals. They're fighting constantly.
Now to go to a little bit more of it might be a little bit of a personal topic. With
Talk
losing
about
his
anything.
father, You
Yeah.
took him into the game. How did
Yeah.
how did that come about? How did you feel immortalizing him into a card game that is a part of your life?
Um. Well, we got him in about I think a year after his passing, and it we essentially like okay, we're getting our tax returns. We need something to we want something to immortalize him, and we talked with my mother, and we sort of like okay, we're gonna do this. We want to do it right. Let's do the full like homage to him. So his logo has his actual barbershop logo in it on the hello. It's he used to run a barbershop called Hello Gorgeous, the strike finish name. The face that's in the Big Daddy logo is actually his barbershop's logo, and it was sort of refreshing to get to see my dad again. Very thankful for Steve and Elvis and everyone that was in that process. My grandma loves it. My mother loves it. All my brothers have one, even the brother that no one knows I have because he's nothing like me and Kai. More like my dad. But yeah, it was a nice process. We got pretty much everything we wanted, and it's I play him every Sunday that we play.
I've seen you play him every now and again when you were playing in more tournaments, and it always seemed like you were having a lot
I really enjoy it. I have not had the pleasure to play him in this setup yet because if you've seen my setup, my camera hangs from my ceiling and there's not a lot of room on top of this desk. It's very hard to fit 9 cards for a gimmick up there.
of through that.
And if it's going to ask, because these past couple of years kind of been a blur for me. When did he release?
It was early 2022, I think. I own a website. Hold on.
The artwork is post or copyrighted in 2020.
That would have been late 2021 then.
You have the artwork on here at
April 20th.
I don't
Yep,
remember
so
him
it would have
coming
been
out
April.
that early. Was he exclusive for a bit? Maybe I don't remember.
Steve may be able to enlighten on that. I'm not sure when Big Daddy came fully available. I think we had him 3 months before his official release. I think. Was he a con release? I think he was a con release.
Okay, that makes sense. So we're gonna take a moment in a second to go into some silly questions that always get asked at every single show. But right now, I'm going to give a reminder. Well, not remember the release date. It's all good.
It's somewhere around then.
But if you have any questions that you would like to give to Chuggy or Pride, please post them in the Twitch chat. Otherwise, if you're inside the Zoom room, you can use the raise hand button and we can get to you. But
I will answer anything. My husband may not.
I will answer anything as well.
all right. Okay. So first and foremost, pineapple or
Sheep.
cat
Pineapple.
or
Dog.
dog. uh,
Love you, Neko.
Sorry, Neko.
Scott Echo Fig. Candy Man or Candy Man?
Ooh, tough. You first.
No matter what I say, someone's gonna be upset a little bit.
I'm gonna say Candy Ma'am for her amazing stories.
I'm gonna say Candyman for the amazing artwork. Her competitor art is really, really cool.
I've got one for you since we were talking about it earlier. Ito and all of his like plush toys, or Kylan and all of his box.
I'll take the boxes any day.
Yeah.
I've
Ito
had-
and his friends are a little kooky.
I've had Buddy Calais in my house for over a year. He can hold on to him for a little bit.
And then, of course, the last one we go with is the Nightmare King or the
Ooh. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of privy to the Dark Prince.
Yeah.
Been a lot
Okay.
of love for him. I prefer the original. Boss is asking, talking buttons on a suit, the top button, bottom button, or both?
The bottom button and the top layer.
Mhm.
Yeah, a little crazy. Usually only the middle. For the serious answer.
Mhm.
That's all the silly questions that I had. Oh no, I have one more. Horse or
They do live in Florida.
Horse.
Horse? I'll go shark. Yeah.
And we also have a question from Dark Prince himself.
Hold on.
Uh,
What's up there? Chuggy
There
and
you
go.
Pride. What's up?
Howdy.
Man?
Howdy, my friend.
Doing great. Doing great, guys. Simple question for both of yous. Well, majority two each. One, you both can answer this one. What's your favorite food? Both of yous.
Easily burgers for me.
Pasta.
Okay. And one more question for each of you as well. You can answer it together or you can answer it separate. If you had a chance to go to any company and you have to tag team titles, which company will you go to and which partner will you bring with you for your tag titles?
I'll let you take this first.
Honestly, just anything with no controversy wrestling. Let's go AEW. Let's go Jungle Boy because I love Tarzan.
Okay, Pride.
I would probably go AEW as well. And you said we could bring anyone?
Yes.
I mean, well, he is my tag team partner at the moment, so Kylan.
Fair enough. Okay.
All right.
Carry on,
I'll
guys.
pay for
Carry
that.
on.
Pride and a cardboard villain? Who's champ right now? I don't even. Boss has
I don't
a
know.
serious question. I think he's just trying to steal the format as well. I've heard nothing but great things about the format you guys have created at Local. Can you talk about that?
Sure. So we run a 3 competitor format. It is a setup for 6 matches. You get randomly paired with 5 other competitors, usually against different people as well. So you get not only do you get to play 3 decks, 3 unique gimmicks, you also get to play most people, and there's always a match happening. You're never waiting for a match usually, at least not long. and we compile all the results, and every month the results get put into like belt allotment. You get to go for the underworld if you've got this so much on your record. And then for trios and tags, we do open challenges. So anyone that wants to go for those belts in our region, they just do a nice little, hey, I want to go for this belt. Anyone that wants to challenge me can challenge me. And then whoever wins between that match gets the shot. And then we also
Nice.
have a nice little 24/7 belt that's just a lot of chaos.
I would
That thing's a headache.
You must defend it anywhere.
Mhm.
you're playing your normal match. Now the 24/7 title is on the line.
Yep.
But I mean, that's fun. Just a lot of
I do like the fact that you've got two that are like open challenges though. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
I like that. At least it kind of keeps the morale, you know.
Also, with those the 6 matches that you play, that goes into your rankings, and everyone drafts out of a payoff or a Mr. Race for the night. So everyone leaves with something.
Let's talk about your locals a little more, because Florida locals is secretly one of the best locals there is out
I'd say yeah.
Yeah.
there. But so just for anyone that has never heard it, what is the organization called? Where do you guys play?
We play at House Rules Gaming. It's in Kissimmee. We play 2 Sundays out of the month at this moment. We used to meet every Sunday, but
Life is
a little bit of a chaos. Life is life.
Yeah.
Everyone should take a break now and then. Burnout is a very real thing.
Mhm.
But yeah, we play every other Sunday essentially at House Rules Gaming. We do the same format every time. We test out new stuff almost every night,
Mhm.
and you get a little bit of Florida aggro in you.
Because you guys have a completely different mindset when it comes to the game, and it
Yeah.
shows at any time a Floridian is in a Thursday night event or in any of the other online events, because no one knows what you guys are
That's a great boon that we have.
You said one thing also I really liked was the fact that y'all when y'all come up with new ideas and stuff like that, y'all test it or is it just new formats, competitors, or even content that y'all come out with? I'm guessing, or
Formats and competitors. We play tested almost every gimmick version of Pride. I'm currently play testing like 2 versions of a new Chuggy. Kai has been play testing a alternate gimmick for Cardboard Villain. We test Andy's and Aaron's gimmicks as well if they ever bring them in. We also have 2 match stipulations that we're currently testing. We have the Liars match and then the Florida Swamp match that we've been testing out.
interesting.
I don't think anyone wants to get stuck in a Florida swamp.
The Florida
Hate
Swamp
it.
match is actually not as bad as the Liars match. The Liars match is just chaos.
It's bad.
If you're not allowed to say, or you have to lie on everything you say.
You play with your competitor and your entrance face up. Every other card is face down. You say what you're playing. If you get caught in a lie, you immediately lose. If someone calls the lie wrong, they immediately lose. So it turns into games where I hit derailed almost 8 times in a row, and Ito's too scared to call the right one.
Derail.
He always lets it hit.
I'm gonna stop it with drop kick. Okay, I'm gonna stop it with drop kick again.
Someone's lying somewhere.
Yeah, but which one?
It's, pre-
That
it's pretty
sounds
interesting.
like ridiculous fun, but you have to have the right player mindset. Someone like Matt Haas would lose their like
Yes.
I don't want to even think about. You'd see smoke coming
Players that don't know like every card pull and are really bad at improvising on the spot are not going to be good at that match. There are honestly times where I've run one face competitor and then I run an entirely different competitor's deck and I win the match. So
I will use
yes,
super hombres finish submission. Oh,
yes.
oh,
In
this is
fact,
the
my
mad one deck.
Chugonomics does have a snake bite
Oh, and a circle.
and a circle. Yeah,
And a circle.
I'm gonna check this out.
Oh, Will was asking about the Florida swamp match now. But
The Florida Swamp match is one that me and Ito have been exclusively testing. It is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 6-card crowd meter. At the start of the match, you shuffle all the crowd meter cards and then you randomly place one for the crowd meter.
oh,
Whenever the crowd meter advances, you reshuffle it and draw a new one.
Wow.
So each crowd meter has a different location in Florida with a different effect. You've got the Swamp Fever, you got the Boathouse Hoedown, the Day at the Docks, Restock in the Tool Shed, Rock the Boat, and My Pet Gator. The craziest one is My Pet Gator, where the Gator's essentially a third player, and
Wow.
it can win the game from there.
once again, a format, a stipulation where both players,
Yes.
but at least there's a winner in from the minds of Chuggy and Esso. That makes sense.
I do want to test it more. I think it could be as good as the backyard wrestling.
Yeah, people are asking once you get it a little more tested, if you would be so kind as to post it on the.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it may be in its final iteration now. We need to make a little tweaks to the language, but we could definitely do something like that.
Cool. I can't wait to see Schmidt stealing that in another week.
I'm interested in playing that first one you mentioned. I kind of want to try that when I see y'all.
The Liars match, you get like 5 or 7 matches done in about 10 minutes if you keep calling it.
It reminds me of the party game like Sheriff of Nottingham. I don't know if that's what it reminds me of. I love those line games. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, you have to be able to fake the people out, or you have to know who you can fake out and who you can't. Like, I didn't know I could stay derailed against Eto every single time, but I guess he's shell shocked enough.
He's very scared of cards.
I'm jotting that one down too. Things that scare everybody.
All right, folks. So we're in the last 15 minutes of the show. If you have any other questions that you would like to ask, please get them in now before we go into our last couple of segments. Will's talking about Nottingham. I have 5 contraband. Immediately gets there. You can fake a bunch of people, but you can't fake the people that know you. Let's see. I've gone through pretty much all the questions. Dustin, any others?
Yes, I was kind of interested, which, we talked about the formats and, we've talked about competitors. Have y'all got ideas for, I think you said there's a volume 2 of Chuggy, possibly.
Yes, we've been testing a very recently. We've been testing a version of Chugonomics that is equally wild and equally self-destructive. Because the only good way to make a Chuggy is to make sure both players are doing the things and having the fun.
And I thought the first one was crazy enough. And you mentioned possibly maybe a second Pride, I believe you said.
Possibly a second cardboard. What do you think?
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
know if I could
cardboard,
do a
that's what it
second
was.
I
try.
think Pride is
Cardboard, that's what it
beautiful.
was.
Well,
Sorry about that.
what
There
about
could be a potential tag team in the future
Maybe.
between a certain spotlight competitor and myself, but
oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Take a
no,
wild
no, 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 no,
guess.
no, 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 no. That is too much silliness.
Alrighty, I'm kind of at standstill question wise right now. I'm just thinking about that match that I want to play so bad.
I mean, I had the crowd meter pulled up. I could explain that. Yes, boss, I did.
Alley wager is definitely.
Scally Wager. I really enjoyed Scally Wager.
I had never played it.
You're gonna play it at the Grand
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I'm down.
Gathering. I guess that's the other thing. You guys have said that you're gonna be at the Grand Gathering as long as you can help it. Any other shows that you're interested in going to?
We're always going to try our best to make Dragon Con. It's the most available. Southern Fried as well. If SRG's at Southern Fried, we are definitely going to try to
Yeah.
be there. Aside from that, it's a struggle to get the time off in a reliable manner. It needs to be something that we can drive to usually.
Understand. Especially if you're bringing your brother and Aaron and everything.
It's a road trip.
Yeah.
It's tight sometimes. I don't think I will ever do a 5-person Dragon Con again. That was a lot of people in a car.
Yeah.
Oh, if it was a sedan, I completely understand. Other like SUVs, I'm perfectly fine taking 5 people in an SUV. Sedan though, especially with how big a couple of the places are. Favorite part of Dragon besides SRG?
Besides SRG, we mostly did SRG last year. The one thing we did do is we went to I think it was like a GURPS live panel where they were
Yes.
they were improvising like a tabletop RPG thing. I ended up missing a lot of content creators last year that I wanted to see as well.
Yeah.
The first Dragon Con we did. No, we didn't go for Dragon Con that was just go to Georgia.
hmm
Yeah. Dragon Con, we didn't get to do much besides SRG.
Yeah.
Coming up to this one, definitely we want to get some Pathfinder in.
Yeah.
Also, Boss would like to issue you a challenge at Grand Gathering. I think the Scally.
I love challenges. Mm-hmm.
I'd like to check that out a little bit myself. I had never heard of it.
Familiarize yourself with Liar's Dice, sir.
Pretty much that.
Yes. It's fun. It's chaos.
Immediately, first move I'm going to do is say 6-5.
When it hits the Kickstarter, I'm going to try to get like Chuggy in on that as well.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I would
fuck,
love.
challenge you to the liar match. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
I would
Ooh.
Liar
love to do a
match.
liars match with you, boss.
I got next.
Hair versus
Hair
hair.
versus hair. I ain't got much up here, and you really don't want to see me without this. We can talk about that. I might be down.
You heard it here, folks. Boss Mutt is going to be going bald after Grand Gathering.
Better get that one on camera.
Recorded right here. The challenge has been announced. No backing out of it for boss.
Hair versus I decide. Okay. I'll think of something.
And we are about the 10-minute mark. So usually, what we do toward the end of our show is we'll have Chuggy and Pride actually ask me and Chibi a question.
So if you each would like to ask one question.
How you been, Dustin? It's been a while.
Man, I am 10 times better. I will tell you that. I'm just glad to be back. I've said it before. I'll say it again. This community has always been amazing, and like you said earlier, time away is sometimes a good thing. And for me, time away was a way to kind of step back and focus a little bit on goals and motivation for myself, aka get in better shape and explore, get out of your comfort zone sometimes. And
Yeah.
but I said on another episode, being away for about 9.5, somewhere in there months. At first, I know last year or 2021, I was back and forth. 2022 last year was when I really was gone, and it really killed me because I keep this community in my mind all the time because I enjoy everybody, and I'm looking forward to Grand Gathering 3. I went to Atlanta CAC. I really, to be honest with you, I was overwhelmed because and I mean that in a good way. It was just because I was excited just to see, everybody. It's just I'm glad to be back, and I'm in a great place. I'll say that.
Okay. You got one, huh? What's your favorite Super Show memory from both of you?
All right, so mine's gonna be kind of funny, but now this is back when I would kind of do your gimmick, Chuggy. I would actually chug way too much liquor. Granted, not doing that this year. I've cut back a lot. But my favorite memory is I had a top 5 list, and I believe Steve asked me one time. It was a few years back, but I gave a top 5 people that I would love to see in Super Show, and I was really liking Marty Scroll. So before he was being released, me and Jim Calais, we used to play a lot. We'd get together. Sometimes they'd even come down here to Russellville, and me and him built just a little bit of a drinking rivalry where we would play. But we were actually at Gen Con, and this is before he released in the box set, and he was going to surprise me if I beat him. Our game was literally on the curb of a roadside, right there on the sidewalk. Me and him drunk, just playing, and I beat him. And he showed me the card of Marty Scroll, and I was so excited. But that was probably one of
Nice.
the best nights I had playing on the curbside with Clays.
My favorite memory of as of recent was causing a trios tournament to grind to an hour and a half uh, slowdown due to myself versus actually it wasn't you, Chuggy. It was Simon Strauss playing the same trio.
Yeah.
And my goodness, that match was ridiculous because we could just not finish.
Yeah. I get that a lot. Man, no, I don't know. Chippy, what bitrate you streaming?
I
There you go. Throwing you a curveball.
All right, my notes here.
don't
I've dropped my rates very severely since streaming on a phone is very hard.
Mhm.
No inline internet in this house.
All righty. Yeah, so this is kind of funny. The fact that let's just say next week we need to get a hold of Ito and have him in this little Zoom room here because next week is going to be Dizzy LaPinta, better known as Dizzy Derailed,
Oh,
is going to be on the show.
Fantastic lady.
Yeah.
Chuggy Pride, once again, thank you for being on the show. If you ever want to give any support to them, link right there, kofi.com/srgpc. Just go ahead and buy them a coffee. Make them happy.
Guys, I appreciate y'all being on this show. I am looking forward to Grand Gathering 3, and I gotta have that Liars match.
We'll have one. I'll bring both crowd meters. We'll test them all out.
Nice. All right. And again, I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for being on.
Thank you for having us.
Can I get
Anytime.
man?
I'll see
Bye,
y'all
man.
later.